Alright, it's Saturday. I'm back home from work. Got the little MG in here. I guess I'm going to have to rebuild the front suspension on this because it's pretty whipped. But I'll get into that later. I think the charge today is mount that stack on the other side. Make sure that's permanent. And then we have got to do some cleanup and organization. Got to. I think the old 236 cylinder over there is going to the scrap yard. And I got to get ready to blow this old truck apart. We'll have this little distraction, but might be able to make a few bucks. Maybe. You know, I ain't rich, so I got to make a few bucks where I can so I can feed my addiction, these old cars. Alright, I ain't turned the camera on again yet, but little man's got him a big project. He's sorting sockets. Or at least he would be if he was over there sorting them. And I got Mrs. out here. We're trying to make sure these stacks point the same. It's a bit of a challenge making the other stack exactly the same, so I don't know. I'm gonna eyeball it a little more. It's got to be perfect, don't you know?
Mm-hmm. It's perfect. It's perfect. Yes.
And here's my contraption I got rigged up to line them up correctly. Alright, I better get crack-a-lacking. Alright. Let's let the jack down and see what happens. Well, the stack stayed there. Well, we got one light out up there, but I think it looks alright. What you say?
I think it looks pretty darn good. For an old truck.
For an old truck. This is going to be a new truck. This is going to be a new truck.
I know, but
Alright, let's quit looking at it and tighten up some bolts and move on to something else. Alright, we got the other stack mounted up pretty good. I've come to the conclusion I can't build the exhaust with the cab off because stuff moves around too much. So, plus I'm short some parts to build it anyway. But that looks cool, don't it? Aren't you glad you married me?
of course I am.
I'm such a builder. Alright, so all we gotta do now is move an MG, a Firebird, and a Volkswagen, which you can't see through the window there, and then turn a 66 Chevy around and put it on that door, and we're gonna unhook a trailer and back a Ford up to this door, and we're gonna put junk in the Ford and good stuff in the Chevy, which is appropriate, I think, and get this place hoed out a little bit so I can start disassembling. Oh yeah, and sometime this weekend I gotta tear apart that front suspension and ascertain what replacement parts are required. Uh-oh, somebody's showing interest in junk. Well, we got two moved. Now I gotta move the MG and turn the 66 around and so on, and then unhook a trailer and back the Ford over. Still looking. We might see a metal sculpture before long. I hate to do it, it's hotter than heck out there, but let's do it.
What is this? Oh, that's pretty cool. What does it look like?
Lazy dog. Ain't very useful out here.
Hey. Talk
Frankie.
about poppers.
Get up, look alive. Get up, look alive.
He listens. He listens, poppers.
Let's see if this thing will run, bud.
Okay.
The old car actually runs pretty good, but you gotta let it warm up before you go taking off, which I did not do. Alright, now I'm going to unhook a trailer.
What happened here, y'all? They just rolled all out.
I'm gonna go unhook a trailer and back it forward to the door. Alright, we done some digging around and found the back of this truck, which is good. And we've loaded up a bunch of junk in here, which is good. And the little man's found in my phone. So I guess all is good. I think, what do you think about backing this thing outside, see what it looks like outdoors?
Yeah, I see too much in here.
Let's see if the pipes will clear the door. Looks pretty cool. Go get the four-wheeler, let's pull it out.
Okay.
Watch this. When she starts that four-wheeler, that dog's gonna take off. He wants to ride. Okay. It's looking a little close, isn't it? I think we'll have to push the door up, and as it comes out, it'll clear. At least I think. Alright, it cleared. We had to push the door up with a stick. It's a tight squeeze. Ain't it? Alright, there it is outdoors. I think it looks pretty cool. Yes, I think it does. Alright, now we get to clean the floor and then push it back in. Goodness gracious at the mess under there. Looks like it's been leaking oil. But we'll get it cleaned up. Oh, and I think I found some lift arms. If the guy ain't lying to me, he's going to give them to me Monday. So that'd be good. Maybe we'll use that to raise up the MG. If you listen closely, you can hear a Honda revving. A fine job it is you're doing. Hey, we found the floor. This is awesome. I gotta get rid of some more of this junk. Good grief. Little MG runs good. Smokes like crazy, but runs good. I think it's got the valves need to be adjusted. You can hear it ticking. Of course, that may be how it does, but I don't know. I never messed with an MG before. Also noticed, I won't focus on it, but that headlight is a Lucas. Must be the original. It's got a little exhaust leak from the muffler dragging that hangs real low. Pretty neat little car. I can barely get in it though. There's that cap. I don't think it has a name, or at least if it does, I don't know.
1,000 views.
Yeah. I just shut it off. Let's see if it'll crank up. Runs pretty good. Alright, that's it for today, pal. I'm tired.
Okay.
How about you?
Somewhat.
Somewhat, he says. Well, I'm whooped. And ain't ashamed to say it either. Alright, mister, let's call it a day, shall we? Let's ring the bell. And go in.
Or I call it a night.
Pretty neat old bell. Set the horseshoes upside downwards. I guess that's unlucky.